notice that we have been looking like zoomed in. I don't know if it's just something that they're doing now. Hold on. Let me get our chat set up properly. Messages. All right, we're set up. I think we're good to go now. Boom. Subscribers only tonight again. Subscribers only tonight again, guys. What's up, Alex? How's it going? What's up, Saray? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We're about to get it in. It is that time of night. 11 o'clock on the dot. Look how on time I was today. That never happens. That never happens, right? All right, let's hit it. We got PRs on Wednesday, so let's think about this. So I think today we're probably going to go up to like 340, 345 like normal, but we're going to stop. We're not going to do any drop sets, I don't think, tonight. I haven't decided yet, but I don't want to spend a ton of energy. Am I inviting Charles to this? How do you... So I decided to go subscribers only tonight because we tried it on Sunday and it worked really well. It worked really, really well. No, we had very few trolling incidents on Sunday. I think we had one troll on Sunday. Which is historically low. Yeah, there you go, Mossberg. What's up, Joshua? No, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed not having trolls on Sunday. So, and it stops people from coming in and just asking the same 3 questions constantly, because we constantly get people coming in here that not just trolling, but I don't mind answering questions like fitness questions, but we get people that come in here and they're like, you know, how to build abs, how to abs, like it's just over and over again, the same question. So it kind of prevents that too, you know. What's up, Jamal? Welcome back. All right, 225, let's get warmed up. Yeah, I'm hoping that this works. So I have different durations I can set it for too. So I can set it as long as I want, up to like an hour or something. So we'll see. We got it's a short window right now. I think that's all that'll be needed. What's up? What's up? How's it going, Bree? So I did, I think probably the end of or the beginning of next week is going to be our boxing session with the boxing trainer. It's going to be a fun time, guys. So. Yep. Straight bum. So we're gonna do a boxing session very, very soon. I got up with the I think I talked about this yesterday, but I got up with the boxing trainer. He's a friend of mine. We're gonna do a session. Have a good one, bro. Have a good one, man. All right, let's grab this. All right, 245 for one. Hold on. I gotta fix something. There we go. I don't know yet, Jamal. So I plan on PRing on Wednesday is a goal. So I don't know if I want to spend a ton of energy today. We're gonna still bench close to PR range. Normally we bench up to like 350 on Mondays, 350, 355, but I think we'll drop back and do a little bit lighter today, maybe like 340. I haven't decided. Nice, Mossberg, nice. So we'll see. We shall see. We're still sticking to our everyday squat routine that we've been doing the last couple weeks. So, yeah. So I think we'll be doing 6 day a week squat for probably at least up until my next competition. I don't have any inkling that I need to change it. So the legs are not sore. I thought they'd be more sore than they are. The first 2 days I had a little bit of soreness in the quad, maybe a little bit in the glute. But after the first 2 days, it was good, golden. So, all right, let's grab it. 265, nice, quick, easy warm-up rep. Hold on, guys, 1 second. That's fair enough. Nice, Jamal. Nice. I like bench and deadlift days. So David said it before on stream. He thinks I should switch to doing deadlift first on deadlift days. I can't get past the not benching first because I still love bench so much. Bench is my favorite. So. No, I potato out whenever I have vacation. I do go work out though when I'm on vacation, but like the rest of the vacation, I'm not doing much. That being said, we do have deadlifts today. Maybe we should deadlift right after bench. Yeah, sometimes you got to do that a little bit, you know? So I might deadlift after bench tonight. Yeah, right now I'm doing full body 6 days a week. We went from upper body 6 day with a mix in of lower body every other day to a full body 6 day. So the first thing I do when I go on vacation generally, Alex, is I look for a gym that does day passes or week passes or 48 hours, like some kind of pass. Because I usually base where I'm going to be around how easily accessible a decent gym is. And, surprisingly, haven't run into a problem finding one that does day passes in all the places I vacation. I've always been able to find a day pass or a week pass everywhere I've gone. So, and it's kind of fun going to different gyms when I'm on vacation. I enjoy going to the gym. So, hey, Sandy, how's it going? I enjoy going to the gym on vacation. It's nice seeing other gyms. It's a cool time. It's a cool time. Somehow I done cut my finger, guys. What have I done? What have I done? Here we go. Fixed. All right. What's up? What's up? All right, let's grab this. All right, just 315. Nothing heavy yet. Easy work. So that would require me to get a passport. Maybe. I am in that direction once in a blue moon, actually. Maybe we can make that happen, Mossberg. Maybe we can make that happen. I don't vacation often outside of South Carolina. But I do, when I do vacation outside of South Carolina, there is a time or two I've been out that way. So that could be a doable thing. 365 is my current bench. I'm going to want to do all the most stereotypical things while I'm in Canada, though. Like, I'm going to want to do all the things that you're supposed to do while you're in Canada. I'm going to want to, I'm going to want syrup, like some real maple syrup. What else do we do in Canada? I'm going to want to, like, lumberjack stuff. That's stereotypical Canada, right? Like lumberjacks and maple syrup. Hockey. I've got to go see a hockey game while I'm there. There we go. If I'm missing any stereotypes, please let me know. Please let me know. Hey, I appreciate it, Mark. That'll go to the Canada fund right there. That'll go to the Canada trip fund right there. Never been to the Bahamas. Never been to the Bahamas. Never been to the Bahamas. There is one other thing that y'all have in Canada that I didn't see here up until recently. I started seeing it at the state fairs here. I've only ever seen it otherwise as a Canadian thing, and it is, in most people's opinion, would be like violently American, right? Which is fried butter balls, like on a stick. Is that a thing everywhere in Canada, or is that just like the couple of times I've seen events in Canada? They always have fried butter balls on a stick, and I don't see that anywhere here. I've seen it once. What's up, Bryn? I appreciate it, Mark. It's very helpful. I appreciate it. I gotta wrestle a moose. That's what I gotta do. For those of you that have never seen a moose, like in real life, they're significant in size. They're huge. Like, think the biggest SUV you've ever seen, they're bigger than that, right? Like Tahoe. Think Suburban. They're like Suburban sized, if not bigger. Moose are huge. I don't eat pork, so that don't do me no good, but Canadian bacon is ham. It's like our ham. But I don't eat pork at all, so that doesn't help me. No, and they're aggressive from what I've heard. I've never personally been up close with a moose, but I've heard they're very aggressive. That's probably where I've seen it, Mossberg. I remember seeing it, I was like, man, as much as that seems like a terrible thing for your health, which actually I'm a big fan of butter, but when I saw it originally, I was like, oh, that's terrible. You shouldn't be eating fried butter. It's probably better than 99% of the other fair foods, to be fair. Okay, I have a lot of questions about that statement, Mossberg. Okay, so you said in the middle of winter. My first question is, we'll ignore why you were near a moose. You're in Canada. We'll assume that they're just everywhere. Flip-flops, that's the problem I have with the comment you made. Winter and flip-flops, they don't match. They don't match. I've never walked out of my house in winter in flip-flops that I can remember. Not once. That being said, I also don't own a pair of flip-flops. I don't like flip-flops. So I would imagine it tastes a lot like deer. I don't own a pair of flip-flops. I don't own a pair of open-toed shoes. I don't know why. I don't really like them that much, I guess. Gotcha. What's up, John? I wore these to the beach to give you an idea. So when I went on my beach vacation, on the sand, I wore these down to the towels and then took them off when I got on the beach. So I was very careful not to get sand in them, don't worry. But I wore these to the beach. I wear these everywhere. They're just comfortable. All right, let me grab this. We got 325, 335 on here. So let me grab it real quick. No, sorry, these are fives. Fives. So that's 315, 320, 325. 325. Easy work. Easy work. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of flip-flops. I don't do flip-flops. I don't do sandals. I do boots and lifting shoes and the occasional sneaker. No thank you, McCabe. No thank you. They are very comfortable. It takes some getting used to. You have to break them in. They kind of feel, they're about as close to barefoot as you can get while it's still being a pretty protective shoe, in my opinion. I can't get into the Crocs. Can't get into the Crocs. I just don't like the way Crocs look. They're not uncomfortable. I just don't like anything with open air getting into my shoe. I don't know what it is. They're convenient for sure. Turkey legs are top tier, yes. So turkey legs are top tier. I do agree on that. And this is an area, so where I'm from in South Carolina, I could wear flip-flops almost year-round if I wanted to. The coldest it gets, we get some cold winters. Like January, February, we'll get down into the teens for sure. We'll get like 15, 14, 13 degrees Fahrenheit at the coldest for about 1 week. But all the way through October and even into November, we'll stay in the 70s or 80s. Really through October. The end of October, you could expect to be in the 80s or even the 90s Fahrenheit on the warmer years. I've seen as high as like 90, 95 on Halloween here in South Carolina. Now, once you hit December, you usually don't see that. No, we don't do cardio. Please don't spam. Ralph. There's no reason for cardio. Not here. So that probably has a lot to do with it. So you guys know at one point I was a prison guard, and at one point I worked as a mechanic. I worked around a lot of stuff you don't want to have open toes or things that aren't very protective. These obviously aren't the most protective shoe in the world, but mind you, the difference between dropping a weight on my foot with this on and like a flip-flop, very different, right? I've seen people bench in flip-flops, deadlift in flip-flops, squat in flip-flops. Crocs are more common, but it throws me off. Barefoot as well. I see people do a lot of stuff barefoot. I like cold weather personally, so I like really cold weather. Like I'm talking about teens, 20s or less. I want like freezing cold weather. Like go outside and see your breath cold. That's my time of year. So I thrive in the cold weather personally. All right, let me grab this, guys. Oh, felt good. Nice slow rep. So I never did work with steel toes when I was a mechanic. I just didn't. I always wore like cowboy boots. They just lasted a long time, and I would wear them until the nails and the soles would like poke through the soles of the shoes into your foot. I'd wear them until they were uncomfortable. But I got really nice ones, so what I do is I get them resold instead of getting new ones. So I'd go and take them to like a cobbler and actually have new soles and put on them because it was better than getting new ones because the boots themselves were great. I haven't been taking protein powder for about a year. Not consistently, at least, protein powder. I don't usually use a protein powder year round, only when I feel like I'm not getting enough. And I've been pretty solid with my whole foods. I did look today, though. There is a new one I want to try, so I probably will be getting a protein powder and adding it back to my stack because there's no reason not to. But it's pretty much still just creatine and pre-workout. Yeah, a lot of people wear the All-Stars, the skateboarding shoes. They'll wear or the Converse, like the Converse skate shoes, flat bottom skate shoes. They'll wear those. I was never a big Converse guy, even before I started lifting, so haven't really used Converse while lifting. I know this will probably come as a surprise to a lot of you, but before I was lifting, when I was younger. When I was like a teenager, I was pretty okay at skateboarding. I had the nice board and all the fancy stuff, the shoes, the whole get up. I was the long hair. I had long hair, guys. At one point in my life, I had long hair. I was a skater. As a teenager, all the way up till I was about 16 years old, I was a skater from head to toe. So. Yeah, I don't have super wide feet. I wear a size 13, but a standard size 13. So. Yeah, I had really long hair as a teenager up until like my last year I was in high school. Oh, that's awful, Durs. That's rough, man. Having to take a break from lifting is never a good time. Hopefully your arm heals quickly and well, Well is more important most of the time. Hopefully it heals very well. Stronger than it was before, I wish the best in your recovery. There you go. Improvise a little bit. Work on your squat in the meantime, right? That's good. That's good. That's probably what I would do. I'd work on another lift that doesn't incorporate it. So my hair came down to about here. Down to about here, right at shoulder, up until I was about 16. I had hair down to my shoulders. Well kept hair, mind you. I kept it clean and whatnot. So. That'd be solid. I don't plan on regrowing mine. I don't plan on going long hair anytime soon. In fact, this is longer than I usually keep it. This is getting ready for a cut. So. This is getting ready for a cut. The wife likes the short hair, so. When me and the wife first started dating when we were like 15, 16 years old, I had the longer hair. So. All right, let me grab this bar. We got 25, 35, 340 on here. We're going to hit this for a single real quick. I don't know if I'd jump back on a skateboard right now. I feel like I could if I wanted to, but it's not something I don't have the urge to at any time. The last time I got on something like that was the hoverboard. Someone got one of those hoverboards. My neighbor got his kid a hoverboard for Christmas, and we went over there on New Year's to light fireworks. And this is back when I would have a few drinks. I don't drink anymore, obviously. I haven't drank in years, but I would have a couple drinks on a holiday. So we had a few drinks, and he brought the hoverboard out. He's like, "Look, I got a hoverboard. My kid got a hoverboard." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "You want to try it?" And it was already like 1 a.m. We're lighting fireworks. We were pretty well past due. You know what I'm saying? We had a few beverages. I got on the hoverboard and I went from standing straight up and down to flat instantly. I mean, from here to here. There was no in between. I just was here, and then the next thing I was looking up. All right. It was not a fun time. Haven't played with the hoverboard since. Probably had a mild concussion, but didn't notice it, to be honest. So. All right. Let's go. That's the heaviest we're going tonight. I think I said that earlier. 340 is where we're stopping tonight because we got PRs on Wednesday is the plan. So. I always wore World Industries was my go-to skater garb. All right. So it was always World Industries, everything head to toe. And I skated Real boards, the Real brand skateboards. I had those. I had a girl board. I think I had an Element at one point, maybe, but mostly Real. Real was my go-to board. So. With some Phantom 2 trucks, all right? I remember those. Those were great. The dark, was they light blue? They were great. They were great. See, I know my stuff. Mind you, that's been like 15 years since I've been on a skateboard. Maybe a little longer. I was okay at it. I wasn't terrible. I have some, my dad, sorry to hear that. I have some training videos on my channel. Look at the Coach Chris playlist. That's where you can find coaching videos. I post there periodically. I post things. Weight training is always going to be a top tier thing as far as progressing yourself. So I got to get a new pair of boots, guys. I got to get a new pair of boots. These are great, but I'm actually getting 4 more chickens here soon. So I'm looking for 4 additional chickens. I plan on getting some Americanas. That's the breed that we're going to be getting. Beautiful birds, but I'm adding 4 more to our coop, probably within the next week. So I'm doing a lot more work outside, and I don't want to ruin these. They're not super expensive, but they're not cheap shoes, these wrestling shoes that I use for powerlifting. And I already go through them quicker than normal shoes. Like these will probably be fine through the end of the year if I'm lucky. But normally I'll have a pair of shoes that'll last me a year or 2 because I used to wear a set of dress shoes, I had a set of sneakers, and a pair of boots. So I would alter, and some slippers, and I would alternate them. Now it's just these all the time. So hold on 1 second, guys, 1 second. All right, there we go, fixed. All right, let's grab this 315, guys. We're gonna do this for like 3 reps total. I don't know if we're gonna do a triple or if we're gonna do singles. I haven't decided yet. I'll decide that here in about 30 seconds. Let's get a decent angle of this though. Why does that look crooked? Does that look crooked to anybody else but me? Or am I crazy? There we go, that'll do. That'll do. Oh, that's because my phone's slightly crooked. I'm sorry, guys. Look at me not being professional. All right, there we go. There you go. All right, we got a triple here. All right, let's go. All right. One more. We gotta get one more. I'm gonna do a pause on the next one. That first one came down a little weird. I didn't hurt myself or nothing, but it came down a little weird. That second one felt fine. We're gonna do one more, we're gonna pause it. One more, we're gonna pause it. All right. Monday's our warm-up day. It definitely feels like a warm-up day for sure, guys. I'll tell you right now, it feels like a warm-up day. All right, let's grab it. One more quick rep. We're gonna pause it. We'll do it Larson, I guess. We'll do a Larson pause. Let me grab a little milk. I weigh 183 at the moment, Taylor. Approximately. All right. Larson press real quick. Woo! All right. Oh, good. All right, that is bench for the night, guys. We're going to move on. All right. Let's go do some curls. We're going to do cables tonight. We're going to do cables tonight because I like cables. I feel it does help a lot, the Larson presses. I feel they help a lot. I've used it as like an indicator of what I can press, right, in comp. So if I can hit 315, 320, 340, like I hit a 340 Larson, if I can hit it Larson press, I can almost always hit it in competition because I don't have the leg drive to compensate. So generally if I can Larson it, I can pause it. I felt that they kind of go hand in hand. So, but they force you to really use your upper body. They remove that leg assist that we come to rely on for our tougher lifts. So, usually about a 20-pound difference in my Larson press and my PR is my average difference. All right, let's go. We'll do single arm here. I'm going to do single arm here. 7 an arm, you guys know how we do. Get the biceps warmed up. It ain't nothing but a little 125. Ain't nothing but a little 125, guys. Here, I'll come a little closer to y'all. Ah. I would say the number one thing, is trying to build up your confidence in those types of situations. Generally, people don't go after people that are confident or seem confident at least. Confidence is a key item in all the things in life. Confidence will carry you through pretty much your entire life. If you can, even if you're not sure of something, if you can confidently carry yourself in the situation, even if you're not sure about your abilities in the situation, you'll fare better almost universally. It's always better to have the ability to do whatever you're doing or accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish, but confidence in the ability to do that is almost as important. So it'll carry you through professional development, everything in life. Confidence is just like a cheat code in life. And you can develop confidence. You don't have to just have it. You can learn it. Does that make sense? So, That's good. I'm glad they're growing. I'm glad they're growing. Yeah, confidence is it's a discipline for sure. But it is a learned trait for most people. It is a learned trait for most people. Form was top tier. Form was top tier. It's actually pretty light as well. We've done 160 on the easy bar curl. Pretty strict. Not like the strictest ever, but pretty strict. You need both, but discipline comes in handy a lot more often than motivation does. So. Form is top tier. Form is top tier. Appreciate you being here, though. Yeah. Whee! They're great. These are a great bicep curl. I really like these. It does allow you to get really good targeted work on your bicep without completely taking the compound element out of it, like in a preacher curl, if that makes sense. So you can still have a compound lift while having your primary target be the bicep. So. But the key is keeping your elbow tight to the body. So the biggest issue, and you can't really see it from the angle there, but I'm trying to keep my elbow from breaking here or going forward. I'm trying to keep it here in a slight bend. You'll very rarely ever see me fully lock out and extend backwards. It's just not good for what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm looking for strength over everything else. And the difference between this position and this position is just risk of injury, in my opinion. You're not getting a significant gain increase, if any, from a full elbow, from a full lockout position, full stretch, compared to a slight bend, and your risk of injury in this position is significantly less than this position. This is where people tear biceps. This will help prevent that. Not completely, but will help prevent that to a significant margin, in my opinion. So every time I've seen a bicep tear, it's always been in this position, not this one. So motivation is something you make after you see results. That's the problem with motivation. Everybody wants motivation. You get motivation 2 different times in your workout, in your gym career, your fitness career, whatever, right? Your fitness journey. When you first start, you have motivation, right? Because it's all new and you have that new motivation, right? That goes away, and then the second time you'll get motivation, and then every time after that will always be as a result of a result. So it takes time to get there, right? So you have to have discipline in between those times. So you have your starting, and you have to have discipline between each visible or physical result that gives you more motivation, right? Because you're going to have periods where you don't see physical changes or you don't feel physical changes for a little bit. You're going to wane on your motivation. Discipline carries you. You see result, motivation, and discipline carries you to the next one, and it snowballs. Discipline wins over motivation every single day. So, all right. Is it bad? We were supposed to get some here. We didn't get any, Brent. We didn't get any today, at least. I'm a big proponent for defending yourself. Big proponent for it. Self-preservation is a real thing. Yeah. We get pretty bad thunderstorms, Durs. We get pretty bad ones here on the East Coast. Thunderstorms here typically breed tornadoes. And, you know, like winds that take roofs off. Like that's what we get here in the Southeast. Being concerned about a thunderstorm is very normal. Very normal. We will do some legs a little bit later. Yeah. You're being very confrontational. Let's not do that. All right, Darius. We're good. Let's not do that. Some people have children. Like me. My children also get freaked out during storms. That's normal, Darius. It's normal. All right, bye. He was very confrontational. Darius was very confrontational. With the wrong people too. You don't come after, you don't come after Brent, all right? It's not cool. Mossberg. That's great. All right, we got 210. Yep. Wait. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, the block has pulleys. I say 210. I always say, remember, there's mechanical advantage here. At some point, we will curl 210. All right, single arm dumbbell. But give me like a couple more weeks or something along those lines. We'll talk about it in the future. Yeah, no, Britt doesn't bother nobody. I don't understand why Durs, dude, I don't know. I don't see why they felt like that was necessary. Whew. Gets the band hammer. Yeah, there you go. Gulag. They can wipe the Cheeto dust off in their gulag. There you go, Mossberg. There you go. You can wipe the Cheeto dust off in the gulag. Oh, Lord. How's it going, Nicholas? I know we're natural. No trend here. How's it going, cowboy? Yeah, I enjoy the cables. Cables are a great resistance movement, or a great resistance tool. All right, let's get a single on each side here. Yep. 230. Woo-hoo! We're finding it there. That's where it's going to start getting difficult, right there. All right, not quite yet. Let's back up a little bit more. Yep. Woo-wee! The biceps are feeling good. For the rest of his cheetah eating days. At some point, I'll have to post. I have the ability to look at everybody we've ever banned. All right. Obviously, they're still all there. At some point, I'll have to screenshot it or something if I can, and post in the Discord. We can reminisce on all the great times. I know that like half of them are all one person. I don't know if you guys remember we had that one guy that kept coming back in with this, like a new account like 20 times that one night. All right. We're gonna try 275. We're gonna try 275, guys. Okay, so yeah, Brent, when I went to look at the band list the last time, I had to click like 17 times. It wasn't 17 times, but I had to click multiple pages of 50. There's a lot of people on our band list. We keep a clean chat, you know? Keep a clean chat. All right, single on each arm. Let's see how this goes. I think this will be a cable PR for this movement. All right, let's go. Oh, maybe not. I don't know if we're pulling that right now. Hold on. One more attempt. Let's see. Yep. Nope. Not quite. 260. I'm gonna try 260. Give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We'll try 260. So I saw a video recently. A guy was talking about not how many people he's banned, but how many people he's lost as subscribers over his course of his channel. Different type of channel, but he has lost like 3 million subscribers over that course of time, over like 10 years or something. That's how many people decided that they didn't like him enough to watch his channel anymore, which in my opinion is a big thing. But he also still has a huge following, so that should probably be a good average number for most of those people. So he didn't seem very concerned about it, like it wasn't abnormal. And I was like, man, that's a lot of people that you've at one point wanted to watch you and then decided not to. Which is, I feel like there's something to be studied there, like, you know, how entertainment and growth in entertainment works, you know? So. Yeah, I don't have that kind of time to make more than one account to do that kind of stuff. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, I barely have enough time to like do things I normally have to do on a daily basis. Like, I rush through eating a lot of the time because I'm so busy all the time. Like, I slam my meals almost like all the time. I'm eating like on the go. So I couldn't imagine having that much free time where I could be like, I'm gonna make 20 YouTube accounts today and troll someone's stream. I also think that I made a bit of a mistake early on. So hear me out, guys. I made a bit of a mistake early on with the channel in not realizing that subscriber only mode existed. We probably would have had a lot less trolls get banned if I had known that earlier on. I knew it existed. I couldn't figure out how to do it. And so I just gave up that night and never looked at it again on trying to figure out how to moderate the chat that way. I found the community moderation stuff, but it wasn't obvious to me at the time. So if I had had the ability to do that earlier, if I had known how to do it, then we wouldn't have had as many trolls, I feel like. So, but now that we do have access to it, we should have a lot less trolls. It was good, Michael. How are you doing? How was your Sunday? Your Father's Day? Oh, look, Lucas wants to go as well. We both got him. That's how it goes around here. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't take much, honestly, as far as the what makes people go off. Yeah, you got that same vibe, Mossberg. I don't think anybody else but me and you could see his comment, Mossberg. He's technically hidden on the channel. I don't know how we saw his comment. I don't know how that worked. So, but I don't think anybody else could see his comment. But yeah, I got that vibe from him too. Yep. Oh man, I might have overshot this curl, guys. Nope, ain't no way. All right, so I think we found our peak at the curl here for the day. It was 230. We're gonna try 245 real quick, but 260 didn't move either. I made a big jump thinking it was moving pretty smooth. I think I made too big a jump tonight. So let's see. Maybe if I was fresh. Ain't no way. God, 230 felt so easy. Let me try my other arm. Maybe I should take a rest. I'll try my other arm. Maybe I'm just jumping back on the right arm too quickly. Got that lactic acid buildup, you know, not giving it a rest. Yeah, that's what it is. Let's give the right arm 30 more seconds. If I can do it on the left, I can do it on the right. I'm right-handed. It makes sense. Yeah, it don't make no sense. All right, 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds, and we'll give the right arm one more attempt at 245. It moved on the left side, not fully on the right side. All right, that's it on the cables. That's it on the cables. We're playing around now. Playing around now. This Lucas guy doesn't like Bryn. I don't understand why. I don't understand why Lucas doesn't like Bryn. Bryn has done nothing to Lucas. They don't like me. It's understandable, right? Because I'm the one on the screen. But to come after someone in the chat is crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. Blows my mind. You can't see Lucas. Lucas doesn't like you, Bryn. That's all I can say. The thing, he's not saying nice things. You can't see it because we've banned him like 3 times. He's making new accounts just to come and talk to you, Bryn. You're famous now. You're famous now. Yeah, it's time for a haircut, isn't it, guys? Does sound like a him problem. You're famous, Bryn. You're famous. How does it feel? In that guy's head, you are famous at the moment. And you didn't even have to say anything to. I don't think you said anything directly to that guy. But he has big opinions. How's it going, Martin? Jimmy, what's up, buddy? That's usually what it is, right, Michael? Yeah, the amount of hatred that you see on YouTube is crazy. Like, it's free to be nice, guys. It's free to be nice, right? You're not gonna be nice to me. I don't care if you're nice to me, you know. But why are you being mean to people in the chat? What's up, rich guy? It's free to be nice. It's free. In fact, it's probably harder to be mean, right? Being nice is really easy. It's not a hard thing to do in life. All right, let's grab the 55 and get warm. Good Lord, Mossberg. Mossberg has strong opinions on this guy. Is there still any places that actually do milk deliveries? Like a guy comes and delivers milk? Is that a real thing still? I appreciate it. I appreciate the appreciate it, rich guy. Appreciate the support. All right. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Still set to 7. Nothing over 7. We don't exceed 7. We don't exceed 7. Yep. Yep. I feel like Mossberg would be an excellent milkman. All right, he's got what is it, 45-inch biceps? He could carry the entire neighborhood's milk at the same time with a side hustle and maple syrup. You know what I'm saying? And moose, actually, it sounds like, and moose steak. How's it going, rich guy? How you doing? All right, we got what did I grab? I grabbed the 70s. They ain't too heavy, right? I'm gonna grab these for a set of 7 real quick. Yeah. All right, later, Mossberg. He hasn't even said anything yet, David. He hasn't even said anything yet. Oh, Lordy Lord. All right. Those were the 70s. I'm going to go ahead and grab. What do y'all want to grab? I'm thinking 90s for a double, maybe. What y'all think? What's up, Coco? Go 90s for a double. 7? 90s for 7? I don't know about that. Maybe. That's fair, Mossberg. That's fair. That's a fair fair reason to leave the chat. Is there? This is my favorite way to get the dumbbells up personally. Well, are you talking about what? How do you normally get them up? I just kind of curl or toss them up. There's not too bad to do. All right. All right, later, Mossberg. What's up, Tom? All right, let's grab those 90s. We'll see how many we can get. We'll go 3 to 7. 3 to 7 on the 90s. See, I don't like popping them up from the knee. It just doesn't feel as good. It just doesn't feel as good. I like throwing them up. I like throwing them up. All right, let me grab them. It's new, Coco. The gifts are new. YouTube is making a big deal about them too. They really want the gifts to take off. So gifts are always appreciated. Super chats. Yep. I appreciate it, rich guy. All right. Oh, we got the 90s. We're going to kick these up. We're going to curl them up. Curl toss. What do we want to call it? Snatch them? Snatch them up. We're going to hit a set of 3 to 7. They do. YouTube always takes a cut, yes. That's fair. It's their platform. Hey, Brent, I appreciate it. That's a pretty cool one. I like the party hat. The party hat's lit. The 100's awesome. All of them are pretty cool. Rich Guy's kind of worked his way through every one of the emojis. So, all right, let's grab it. Yep. Yep. You got the 7, right? It's not available in your country, David? I don't know, honestly, how much they cost. I can't see that end of things. Oh, yeah. Whew. I'll tell you that 7th one, I wasn't sure about it. 99 cents for 50. Oh, wow. I knew that they weren't, they're supposed to be, they're fun. I like them. They're cool. Yeah, they're fun. They're a way everybody can get involved without having to spend a bunch of money, you know? It's an inexpensive way to support the channels. So. I appreciate it, Brent. Appreciate it. It's a new thing though. They just added it. People are. I haven't seen a lot of people using it. It was just. I think it's a select group of channels that are getting to use them. Is what it said. So. I think they're it's in beta. I think, David. So I don't know if they'll change how it works. So. They'll probably adjust it at some point, because I could see how that could get inundating. I'm sure they'll make adjustments on the first reiteration of it, but I think they wanted it to become a big thing early. They'll probably adjust how much they cost. That's probably what it'll end up being. Oh, it's 100% support. I think David's talking more about the amount of times we see them pop up. So, no. They're a cool way to support. I like it. It gives everybody, you know, the ability to support. So, it's very helpful to the channel. Every bit of support is appreciated. I appreciate it, Chad. I appreciate it. You probably are not incorrect, Rich Guy. You're probably people doing what you're doing. As much as I appreciate it, they'll probably end up increasing the cost of the gems, or not the cost of the gems, but how many gems it takes to send a message at some point, because people are going to spam it. But I think that I think it's a cool thing regardless. I think it's a cool thing regardless. All right, we've got rows next, guys. Yeah, rows. That's a 70. It's not too heavy. Yep.
Yeah, I think I don't know what they'll do to change it. I know they will though, but it's beta. We got opted into it. I didn't even ask. They just opted us into it. So, which is awesome. Which is awesome. We've been opted into a couple things because I think the top fans thing over here is also a beta thing that not everybody has yet, if I'm not mistaken, or at least it wasn't when we first got it. All right, we got rows, guys. Let's do. Should we do dumbbell? Let's do dumbbell. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple tonight. Grab some dumbbell rows. So that's what people are saying, Coco. That's perfectly fair, Bryn. Perfectly fair. I understand it. They already do that to me. I get phone calls. I've gotten phone calls before. Of course, emails and messages are normal. I get messages constantly. But I get phone calls from time to time. We had someone go onto the gym page and leave a troll review for the gym regarding me with their actual name that they use in the stream, which is always great. Yep, drinking milk. All right, we're gonna start with the 90s, guys. Ugh. Yep. All right, yep. You can see it still. It's still there, David, about how I'm lying about my credentials and a lot of other things. But they accuse me of lying about my credentials. The thing is if you look in the reviews, I have one from myself about the gym itself that also links my credentials. So, you know. I like them. Sometimes I do them rack supported, sometimes I do them knee supported, sometimes I do them bench supported. It just depends. So, yeah, I always got the receipts, man. All right. Always have them receipts. I'm gonna make a T-shirt that says "I've got receipts" right across the shoulders. All right, let me grab this. Yep. The leaderboard works. It's just not completely fleshed out yet. I do think it's a bit overrated, but there's a reason for it. It's not what I'm trying to do. For my program, it's not necessary to pause at the top. Also, generally between reps, I'm not going full extension. I'm going about 3/4 to 4/5 of the extension. So, yep. We get a lot of raccoons out here and a lot of possums. I get a lot of foxes. We get a lot of foxes out here. I've had deer in my yard a couple times. Got a couple of dogs, like coyote, wild dogs. Those happen out here sometimes. I'm just gonna get one that's dry erase, like board type material. I just need a shirt that I can wipe off the stats every time they update, and I can just write in my stats once a day. Like these are my stats currently. And on the back, just a big woo-wee. Oh, wow. We have a lot of snakes out here. I remember one time we walked into our kitchen. We walked into our kitchen because we heard some noise, and my cat that's now one of my 3 cats that prefers to be outdoors, he is batting a snake around the kitchen floor. Just I couldn't tell what it was because he was batting it around, so I had to get rid of it, you know. So snakes don't bother me much. I can deal with snakes. That's just part of it, Coco. Those are gonna get worked regardless. The good thing is, most of the time, injuries involving those are due to things progressing unevenly, and when you're lifting naturally, you don't have as much of a risk there. Does that make sense? So everything I do is strength focused, Coco. Yes. Moose are fun to chase. I've never heard anybody say that. Sounds like a poor life choice, I'm gonna be honest. Sounds like a poor life choice to chase a moose. That being said, moose are my second favorite animal. They're closely almost tied with my favorite animal, but moose are number 2 on my favorite animal list. So moose are definitely number 2. Yep. You know, John, I read your second comment there without reading your first, and I had to look back to see what you were talking about. You got to put those comments together. Frog is my number 1. Really big fan of frogs. Because I read your second comment, John, just a second ago, out of context, and it threw me off. I was like, okay, there has to be context here somewhere, right? I skipped the dissection. I like frogs a lot. It's not that it wasn't the dissection that got me. It was the fact that I really, really like frogs. They're a top tier animal. They're my favorite animal. So. All right. See, that's the real battle, right, guys? It's how many people would it take to take down a moose, right? That's the real topic. How many for a moose? They're massive. Huge. How's it going? Moose are ginormous. Ginormous. That's a great word, by the way. No one uses that word, ginormous. Why do we not use ginormous? I feel like a moose would give you a bit, probably more of a run for your money than a gorilla. All right. They're also highly aggressive. Highly aggressive. No, full body alpha, full body. Mossberg said he had a whole freezer full. Mossberg said he had a freezer full, but I don't quote me on that. He might have been talking about a different animal. It sounds extremely Canadian of him. I would imagine very much like deer. It's going to be very gamey, I imagine. No, Brent, I feel like I need to watch that, though. All right, let me grab this. 185, I think. Yeah, 185 is what it says. Honestly, we don't know what it actually is, but ginormous. That's an interesting word. No one uses the word ginormous, I feel like. I feel like it's a very crunchy word. It has a lot to it. It's got a lot of flavor, you know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised how much meat you get out of an animal when it comes to hunting, all right? like a deer. If you think about it, like a deer, you manage 160-pound deer. I mean, you're eating on that for a while. Even as a family, it's a long time. You're looking at, if you process it properly, you could be eating for a couple months on a single deer. Maybe more. And deer doesn't taste bad. I like deer. Never had any bear. Sounds like it would be gamey, Saray. Bison are large. They look dangerous. I've never been around bison, so I couldn't tell you if I would. They look tasty, though. $215. Oh, wow, I didn't know that, John. Something that isn't very tasty, guys, in my opinion personally, that is actually super high in protein. Super high in protein, but doesn't taste very good, very gamey, very stringy, is rabbit. So the grocery store near us sells rabbit, already processed up, and super high protein, very lean, but not very good. Like gamey chicken. All right, see Eric. It sounds delicious, but they're not. They're not. Maybe someone likes rabbit. I tried it. I was like, all right, we're gonna try rabbit because they had it and I had never tried it, and I was like, I'm gonna try it at least once. So. Snapper soup? No, I've never had snapper soup. It sounds good. Elk, I've had elk in jerky, just jerky. So just dried elk. There is a reason we farm beef. So the reason why we skipped on rabbits after a while, from what I've read and what I've learned, is that rabbits were a lot harder to keep clean. So a lot more, they weren't as clean an animal. So farming rabbits was, number one, I think it was more difficult, but also higher risk of disease passed from rabbit, or sickness, illness. So we did beef instead. Beef also a lot less. There's a lot less involved, I feel like, because one cow feed everybody, one rabbit feed anybody. You know what I'm saying? A lot less involved, right? So you have to have 100 rabbits or 1,000 rabbits for one cow, right? So definitely a space issue as well. But they were not a super clean animal. Now, since then, we have better farming practices, obviously. Rabbits, as far as I've been informed, are a lot easier to keep clean and farm properly, and they probably vaccinate the crap out of them. So it's safer to eat now than it was. I have yet to have bison. I haven't had bison yet. I keep saying I'm gonna try bison. Haven't tried it yet. I have access to bison, and I just haven't. Like, it's at my grocery store. Like, just down the street, there's ground bison for me to buy. I haven't bought it yet. I want to buy it. I want to throw it in some mac and cheese or something. But it's not that much more expensive than beef. I'm gonna be honest. Yep. We have alligator at the store down the street too. Our local butcher has alligator, bison, rabbit. Pretty sure you could get squirrel if you really wanted it. If you want squirrel, I know where you can get squirrel. I don't eat squirrel, but I know where you can get it. Yep. 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 How's it going, Prince? Bison, I've heard only good things about bison. I haven't heard anybody say they didn't like bison. So. I have my own chickens. I have my own chickens. Yes, so there are a lot of people that eat squirrel. That's not super uncommon. It's not super common, but it's not super uncommon. I think we baked the rabbit, John. I think we baked it. I've never had lamb either. Rabbits are an adorable animal, I will say that. There's really only one animal I just wouldn't eat, and that's frogs. I won't eat frogs. No frog legs for me. Never had it, never will. That and snails. I don't do anything I don't do snails. I ain't doing escargot. Ain't doing it. You know what, now that I think of it, there's a lot more animals I wouldn't eat. I'm a visual person in life. Snails, frogs. Frogs because I like frogs. I don't think I've ever had lamb. No, you know what? I've had lamb once. You know what's really good that you don't see everywhere? You don't see often, even though it's readily available most places? Duck. You won't ever see anywhere serving duck. I've only ever had it once. and it was delicious. All right. I've only ever had duck once, and it was delicious. I live in the South, where duck is something that you eat duck here. I don't know anybody that hunts ducks. I don't see any ducks. I saw a duck once in the store, should have bought it, didn't do it. Duck is delicious. Yeah. It's like better chicken. It's like better chicken. Just tastes so good. Maybe it was just the duck I ate at that restaurant, and I'm gonna cook it myself. I'm like, this is terrible. I don't like duck. But if so, that chef killed it. I'm not eating bugs. No, I'll skip on the bugs. I don't care how high protein, how lean they are. I really don't. I'm not eating bugs. Out of principle. Not eating a cricket, not eating an ant, not eating flies. Not doing it. Couldn't pay me enough. Not just because I think they're going to taste bad. They probably taste fine. Just don't want to eat them. Never had ostrich. I'm aware of what I'm doing, Moses. Appreciate you being here, though. I don't need advice. I'm okay. I'm very aware of what I'm doing. Thanks, though. One rep is top tier. One rep is top tier, by the way, Moses. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. What's your bench, Moses? What's your bench? Remember, this is a lifting stream, Moses. We're powerlifting here. It's very different sports here, Moses. You might have missed that part. Might have missed that part. He's gone. He's gone. As soon as I asked him what his bench was, he disappeared. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Crazy work. Yeah, because they don't bench. But it's a powerlifting stream. That's a fair ask, right? You don't come to a powerlifting stream. If I'm going to ask questions, it's going to be powerlifting related. So. Rich guy, I've talked about your challenge before. That's not going to convince me to do it. All right. Forearms are very, very important when it comes to bench strength. It's stability in the bench. A lot of it is going to be forearm because you realize you're supporting that weight on the bar through and down through the forearm if you're doing it properly. So if you ever notice, if you ever get a shake in the top and you feel like your grip wants to like snap, a lot of the time your forearms can be the issue there. So yeah, I've never been tempted to eat a mealworm. Never been tempted. All right. We've got deadlifts. We got deadlifts next. That's what we're doing. It's Monday, right? Deadlifts. Just depends on your day, my thought. Just depends on your day. Some people earlier is better. Some people later is better. It just depends on what you're doing each day. Just depends on what you're doing each day. All right, let's get set up for deadlifts, guys. Forearms are partially genetic, but you can grow your forearms pretty substantially. Everything is partially genetic. Like, if you naturally have larger forearms or don't naturally have larger forearms, it's a genetic thing. But genetics only play a role, in my opinion, early on and late. They don't play as much a role in the middle. I think I've said this before. Genetics play the most role when you're first starting out lifting, when you get started, and they play a big role at the very top of the pack, right? I feel like you can so in my opinion, genetics can be outworked by someone that works harder significantly, everywhere in between, right? So from like your intermediate to your advanced, that block is all about hard work. Early gains and how quickly you get them, genetic predisposition is important for how fast that's gonna happen. And then at the very top, the elite of the elite, trying to push that couple extra pounds, or even bodybuilding, trying to get that little bit of extra on their calves or whatever else, that's where your genetics play a role, is on those two ends. But everything in the middle is just like, who can work the hardest, in my opinion. So, yeah, I mean, if you have just like exceptional genetics and you work hard, you're obviously gonna still exceed more and more all the way through. But so a lot of the time I've noticed people with exceptional genetics kind of lean into it a little bit more, especially when they find out or they realize that their genetics give them a predisposition to doing things physically, or physical stature or whatever else. So they kind of lean into it, and a lot of them don't go to their full potential because of it. So. Because if you've always had big forearms, you may not care as much to grow them more, It may not seem as important to you, whereas someone that doesn't genetically have a genetic predisposition for big forearms may focus in harder on them because they want the bigger forearms that much more. Probably not anytime soon, vegan. I don't know if we'll be back there for a while. It's not really, I might look for another gym. Not because there's anything wrong with that one, but the hours just don't fit. The hours just don't fit for me. You can get your six-pack to show. I believe in you, sir, right? They're blue. Blue, Mode Bones, blue. No. They're not contracts. This isn't either. A lot of the gyms out here, the local places that are privately owned, don't do contracts. So. Appreciate it. So I have a slight upper back arch on my deadlift, Mode Bones, purposefully. It just works well with my leverages, but it is intentional. I'm very safe with my deadlifts, don't worry. Very intentional though, I promise. You have to learn to work with your leverages. That That being said, if you're new to deadlifting, I wouldn't recommend trying to figure that out on your own. If you're new to lifting in general, I wouldn't try and learn your leverages by yourself. Have someone with you that knows what they're doing. Not yet. We don't need it for that. You said do sumo, cowboy? Why would I do sumo? You want me to do sumo, cowboy? Hold on. No, I'm not doing sumo. I'm not doing sumo. I don't really like sumo, guys. It's not as rewarding. It doesn't feel as rewarding for me. If you like it, you like it. I don't care, but I'd rather do conventional personally. All right, let me grab some more weight. Hold on. No, I climb up. I climb up, not down. Trap bar? Our trap bar is kind of rough here. It's not very sturdy. Not meant for anything over 225, in my opinion. Why do y'all keep screaming do sumo? You and Rich Guy Cowboy, what's going on? Y'all really like sumo, huh? We bent the trap bar here on accident, like significantly. So, and it doesn't have knurling, which is another problem, which is weird. Should have knurling. I've never had a trap bar without knurling. So, see, Brent, I'll let him know. No. I remember what I saw, cowboy. I remember what I saw. I remember what I saw. Hold on. You guys ready? I don't know if it would actually go up in this position. This might be a little too far. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. It really doesn't. Also, you have to drop it on your toes. And drop it on your toes. It felt a lot lighter, to be fair. That 315 felt really easy. You know what, Cowboys? Tonight's the night. You got me to switch over to sumo. How do you feel? I'm a sumo deadlifter now. What do you? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time. It's my turn to troll. It's my turn to troll. All right. Yeah, no, and it happens in comp, which is upsetting a lot of the time, but nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. Maybe one day they'll switch it. What's up, Mia? All right. We got this. We're going to do a single here, and then we're going to squat a little bit. Let me grab my belt. All right. One quick one, and then let's grab some squats, guys. What were we talking about, Rich Guy? What are you trying to do? Yeah. You said shake the bar, right? That's what you wanted? Couple shrugs. I got you, Rich Guy. Don't start that, Rich Guy. Don't start that. No spam. Let's not spam. All right. Squats. Squats, guys. It's time for squats. No spam. Yeah, no spam. Last movement of the night, guys. Good old squizats, all right? Ooh, that's rough. 315 is tough. That sounds no fun. So far, twins doing well, doing well. We're just going to do 3 sets on this today. No drop. We're going to do 35 for 135 for 7, 225, and then 315, maybe 320. But we're going to do 2 sets, and then go like maybe 320 tonight. I don't know. We'll see. There we go. Hold on. What's up, Slash? Welcome back. I appreciate it, Mia. All right, 135 for 7. Get warmed up. Let's get it moving. Get it moving. Let's get our bar set too. Yep. Yep. Good easy warm up. Intrusive thoughts will get you, right? Let's go. Rich guy. Per rep total weight. Lord, rich guy. He knew it was coming. He knew it was coming. All right. So let's do 3 here. Let's do 3 here. Yeah, he knew he was going to the gulag. He's been there a few times. He's got a private room. It's a nicer room than most of the other gulag rooms, but he's got a private room in the gulag nonetheless. All right, let's grab it. Yeah, yeah. Just 3. Went as low as possible with the safeties where they're at, all right? Won't hear any depth comments tonight, all right? All right, let's go 320. Practicing, getting prepped. All right. All right, we got and rep of 320 to finish out the night. And rep at 320 to finish out the night. Like I said, I can do that. It's just not part of my training normally, but I thought I'd throw that in just to make sure we're aware that it does happen from time to time. Yeah, this subscriber-only chat is top tier, right? Top tier. Yep. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Ah! Woo! Not quite as deep on the second rep, but we got it. But we got it, right? 320 double. Good depth on the first one, I feel like. I couldn't really see it, but I assumed based on where I was at that we hit it pretty good. But, oh, time for some milk. Time for some milk. Oh. All right. Well, guys, you guys know what time it is. It's time for me to head out. Hope you guys enjoyed it as usual. We'll be back on tomorrow about the same time, give or take. Probably about 10:30 is the plan usually, but 11 is usually the latest we start. So, but we'll be here. We'll be here for sure. I don't think we're going to be at any other gyms. I have a boxing stream planned coming up in the next couple weeks, and I've got a stream planned at another gym. We're going to be doing a single stream at another gym. I just want to lay on their bench presses, change it up a little bit. But we'll be doing another gym stream. I don't see it, Cowboy. Definitely don't see anything on my end. Doesn't look like it came through here. You might want to double check that, Cowboy. I appreciate the attempt, though. I appreciate it, but it doesn't look like it here. It might tell me after the stream, but I don't see it. No, nothing here. I appreciate it, though. Yeah, I think sometimes it doesn't go through and you have to, I don't know if you have to redo it or what, but yeah. Just double check, make sure you didn't get, YouTube will probably send it back if it did go out, but it didn't come here. I'll double check it. I'll let you know if it did. No worries. I appreciate the thought regardless. But all right, you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10, 11 o'clock.